I want to live my life in the overflow. I want to have more than enough. Check this out. Well, it's time for me to start to elevate. Been down too long, time to graduate. Mount up my wings like an eagle, you see.
I got a new setup.
My dreams to reality. Ain't nothing on this earth gonna hold me back.
I'm rocking blue today.
He promised that.
I'm rocking blue.
I have faith, if I believe.
I'm rocking blue.
Signs of a mustard seed. I want to be blessed, to be a blessing. Prosperous life, no more stressing. That won't know me from the moon to the sun. He'll keep blessing me in every session. I got to do something with this life he give. It's plan for me, that's what I want to live. As long as I got God on my side, the hater just gonna have to let me fly. Hey. Yes, I am.
Hey, Jermaine, I'm rocking that blue, boy. I see you rocking that red, that Trump red.
You wanna live in the overflow. Yes, I am. In the overflow. In the overflow. Oh, yes, I am.
Hey, Joe finna make her live in the overflow, man. Joe finna live in the overflow. The black agenda finna be in effect, baby.
Yes, I am. See, we got to speak that thing into existence.
Hey, y'all wanna have on blue today, man.
Because it gonna happen.
Y'all wanna be rocking blue today.
In your heart, and in your mind, and in your soul. So you gotta repeat this after me. See what you say, so you can say what you heard. I wanna be living.
Hey man, y'all boys look like y'all ain't like the election results, man.
And I'm gonna
Hey, we celebrate, y'all. We celebrate. We rocking that blue. Rock that blue. Rock that blue for Joe. 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 Charisma. What happened to your boy Trump, man? I told you we gonna pull that thing off, man. Hey. And we got a black woman in there. A Nubian woman. Hey. All right, y'all. That's it, y'all. And y'all are now tuned into what? Overflow, the everyday people show. The show where folks like who? Me and you get to come on and just chop it up. We're going to chop it up today, y'all. What we going to talk about today? Well, y'all know what happened over the weekend. We got ourselves a new president. Old Sleepy Joe. He lost to Sleepy Joe. Donald Trump lost to Sleepy Joe. He been talking about Sleepy Joe all year, how sleepy he is. He's slow. If you lose to Sleepy Joe, what that say about you? Dumb Donald. Yeah, we rocking blue today, y'all. We rocking blue today. We got a new president. President-elect Joe Biden. Yeah, dead here right there. Yeah, dead here right there, y'all. Read it in week. But Donald Trump, he won't give up, y'all. Y'all knew he wasn't going to give up. The man been setting up the Supreme Court all year trying to, because he knew he was going to lose. He knew he was going to lose. So what he trying to do now? He trying to tank the election by saying it's a fraud and it's fake, like him. But ain't nothing gonna happen, baby. We got this one. Let me bring my guests in, man. Let me bring my I'm gonna bring my Trump supporter guests in first. Yeah. What's up, boy? What up?
Hey, what's going on, Rob?
Hey. Are you gonna concede today, man?
I'm good.
I ain't saying that. Are you conceding the election?
The election was a very good election, man.
Are you conceding that Joe is the winner?
Huh?
Are you conceding that Joe is the winner?
Well, like I keep telling you, bro. listen, hold on.
Hey man,
I'm for what's right for the country. You know
what's right for the country?
Right.
What's right for the country?
I'm saying I'm for what's right for the country because this is my perspective on it. Yeah, we got rid of one form of systematic and systemic racism. Now you're about to see the real racism come out in America.
So we ain't have no choice.
Yeah, it's got two forms. You got two forms of now. You about to see some real. You about to see something you never seen before in your life. You know what I'm saying? Let me one form. Now you're gonna see you about to see a whole new agenda.
Let me bring Jermaine in, man. He ain't sent me my shirt yet, man. Jermaine, what's up, Jermaine? What's going on, big dog?
What's happening? Hey, man, your shirts got delivered yesterday.
They got what? Oh, they were okay. I better didn't check the mail then.
I expected to see you rocking the shirt today.
What, you sent a FedEx?
No, UPS. I mean, US, the post office.
Okay, they probably put it in the mailbox then. Yeah, what's going on with you, man?
Ain't nothing. You know how I go. I hear you over here.
What you doing red on today, man?
Hey, I just felt like wearing my Washington Nationals hat.
Man, you both rock blue today, man. You know what I mean?
For what?
You both to rep the Democrats, man.
Why? I ain't no Democrat. Why would I rep that?
Right. He's trying to force you to be a Democrat.
Let me bring one first corner. He was here earlier today, man. Let me see. Fool, what's up, man? What's going on? And he go rocking red. There he go rocking red.
Wait, did you get your check in the mail from 45 since you love talking about him so much?
The Democrat. Yeah, the Democrats sent that check.
Nah, you should be getting it from him because you say his name more than anybody I've ever known.
So man, man, what y'all think about this election, man? What y'all think? Y'all think is what's going on? What Trump doing, man? What he's up to?
Get his name again. Still talking about
it. He's the president, bro. He's doing it. What you want to say? 45 now?
No, but why you give him attention?
Huh?
The Electoral College hadn't made their choice yet. They don't make their choice until December. Remember that.
So what you saying?
I'm just saying they haven't made their decision yet. That's all I'm saying.
You think they're gonna reverse it?
I don't know. Stranger things have happened.
Believe that.
Things have happened.
Yeah, you won't overturn it on the charisma.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just for what's right for the country, bro.
You want to go back to the other racist guy?
Well,
you want to go to the guy who
I told him Trump brought one form of systemic racism. I said now it's going to be a whole new form. You're going to see a real form of racism come out now.
What Trump said it don't exist, so.
See.
I'm just saying what your boy said, man.
When did he say that?
I didn't hear that.
Exactly. When did he say that?
I'll pull it up for you.
Yeah, pull it up.
I'll pull it up for you. Yeah.
Talk
amongst yourself. What?
I heard that.
You didn't hear that?
He's never said that systematic racism don't exist ever.
I never heard that. That's true.
Exactly.
That's fact.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
It says your package got delivered at your front door yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Somebody picked it up.
2767 Woodbine Trail.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll check and see. What y'all boy got today, man?
Oh man, ready for a good show, man.
Yeah,
Let's do it then. Y'all act like y'all lost. I mean, not lost, but
You've been tunting all night, all morning, from yesterday.
I want to hear your what's Biden plan for his first 100 days. You should know that. As much as you've been on saying what they're gonna do, you should know what they're gonna do first 100 days.
Man, I'm being honest with you.
I know one of the things he's going to do in his first 100 days, the LGBT community is going to get what they want. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Well,
I know what he won't be doing within his first 100 days is talking about and thanking the people that voted for him and got him in, which is a lot of us. I know that much. That's a fact. He ain't gonna say nothing about that.
I got a list here of what he's proposing his executive actions include in the first couple of weeks.
Hey, can I ask you a question, Jay? Is he going to bring back the emergency response team that was dealing with the corona at first that Trump fired?
No, that's not in it. One of them is rejoin the Paris climate the climate agreement.
I heard climate control.
That.
Yeah, I heard about that.
He's supposed to reverse the Muslim ban.
Yeah, I heard
reinstate DACA and reverse Trump rollback of Obama health environmental rules. So maybe that got something to do with the corona.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I heard about the Muslim ban.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we gonna remove the Muslim ban. We're gonna remove the Asian ban. We moving all bans, man.
Hey, and you see what that said? You see what that setting up, y'all? What y'all don't realize was that setting up. They said they letting all these immigrants go, so they ain't gonna have no need for the black vote in 2022, 2024.
Oh man, we gonna be here. We here to stay, man. We
don't need y'all Negroes. We ain't got to beg y'all Negroes no more. We got these immigrants in here to do the job for y'all.
But look, I heard they overwhelmingly went for Trump. I heard the Latino. A lot of the Latino voted for Trump this year. It didn't work.
That is true because some of them my job did.
Yeah, you had a lot of 8% more blacks voted for him too.
Yeah, but it was way short.
He got more votes than any Republican in history.
Yeah.
Now, Jermaine, I'm glad that you said that, because here's my statement for anybody out here who has a problem with anybody who didn't vote, especially anybody that looked like us. I would love to know, how is it that a person who said that they're not going to vote, or anybody who decided to not vote for Biden, that they got so much anger and animosity towards them? But where's the anger and animosity towards the people that consistently vote for racist bastards who have a track record of not doing shit for people? That's a problem to me. Don't nobody talk about that. But they can fight amongst, everybody can fight amongst motherfuckers that don't want to vote. And they have a reason why they don't want to vote. But they don't use that same anger and animosity to speak on the fact you got people that are dumb enough to vote for a motherfucking reality TV person. That's a problem. Then where's the animosity for the people that voted Mitch McConnell back in? Where's the animosity for the motherfuckers that voted Lindsey Graham back in? Where's the animosity that re-elected Susan Collins up in Maine? I don't hear nobody talk about them. Nobody. But everybody want to talk about a motherfucker that didn't vote. Get the fuck out of here. I'm good, yo.
Hey, but the thing is, you gotta use common sense, and this is where a lot of people gonna talk about, well, it's a conspiracy, this and that. But at some point, you gotta use common sense. So common sense will have to tell you that if Biden won, barely, he won, but you had Democrats lose. They lost 5 seats in the House. They lost seats in the Senate. So what did a person do? A person went in there and voted Biden at the top and then Republican all the way down the rest of the ticket. That don't make no damn sense. So common sense tell you something ain't right there. So I mean, people can say all they want to say.
But y'all say y'all voted down the ticket, but y'all didn't vote presidency, right?
Oh, you talking to Jerome and
Jerome? Did you not vote for presidency?
I wrote in a name for president and I voted Democratic down the ballot.
Okay, and a lot of people did that in reverse. They only cared about getting Trump out. They didn't care about nobody else, but make sure Trump is gone. So what they do, I'm voting, okay, Trump. I mean, Biden. I'm done. I'm done.
But I know when I was a voter, I know my history of voting was Democrat. I ain't vote Republican and then Democrat and then Republican.
That's true. Right, and that's another thing.
Let me bring this other guest in. Let me bring the other guest in, man. BT, Texas Finest, man. What's up, man? Welcome back.
What's good? What's good, fellas? Man, it's good to see y'all guys.
We just chopping it up, man.
Man, yeah.
See, and then that's another thing. You got people that was voting against Trump, right? And they still not looking at the moral aspect of what they need for their community. The people they really need to get in there, they just vote Democrat. They don't even know if these people are gonna be good for their community or not.
But what you got? But listen, a lot of Republicans voted against Trump. Y'all just gotta face it.
That's real.
That's why it seems like that, because they voted for Republican in the Senate, in the House, but they voted for Joe Biden for presidency, because a lot of people really tired of Donald Trump antics anyway, man. It is what it is. Whether he did a good job or not, Donald Trump lost his race because of his character.
Fam, let me say something to what you just said. He ain't lost shit yet. Ain't nothing lost yet. You got people dancing in the street. You got people dancing in the streets. They doing all this shit, and they need to understand there's loopholes and all types of shit in the Constitution, and you talking about a motherfucker who finds every loophole to get what the fuck he wants.
He ran out of he gonna run out of loophole this time, dog.
No, see, Rob, here's the problem. You love doing that. There is factual proof of people talking about exactly what I'm saying, which proves I'm gonna give you the greatest example.
Man, they talk about this every election.
No, they do.
Every election they talk about fraud.
Every election. Rob, that's not true. This election is compared to Al Gore against Bush. Al Gore.
It's nowhere near that.
That's
nowhere near that.
I'm gonna tell you why that's bullshit. Who was the projected winner in that election? Al Gore. What happened? The shit went to the courts and he lost. So what I'm saying to you is
he was projected, not president-elect.
No, stop once again. Who is telling you that? The media. You ain't heard from nothing from Congress, the Senate, or the courts saying he's president-elect. Stop it. That's my point. You got to stop doing that. Fuck what you see on TV.
Man, you too technical, man. This shit over with. This shit over with, bro.
The fact that you saying is a problem because this is technicalities. That's the whole point.
This is just Donald Trump refusing to succeed. So he'd rather go through all this so he don't have to succeed. That's all, man.
No.
Wasting people's money.
What you have to understand is, for the last 4 years, you've had somebody who was president of the United States that made that seat a mockery. It made everybody in the world see that's bullshit. It ain't this, it ain't that. Now, with him doing this, he's going to prove it again. And more people need to understand that. Motherfuckers can get excited all they want. The funny thing about me is hearing this, you got motherfuckers dancing in the street over a motherfucker who ain't going to do shit for him. That's the funny thing about this shit.
Hey, but you know what? But you know what though? If he and according to the Constitution, if he does not concede, he is still president.
Yep.
Yeah. To what? January the 20th.
No.
No,
Rob.
Hey, look, Rob, man, they already got a plan in place to get him out of there.
Rob, I want y'all to go back and listen.
Are you kidding me, man? Are y'all kidding me?
Before Dick Gregory died, he did an interview. He said Donald Trump will be the last president. I want y'all to go back and check that video, that interview out.
Yeah. Hey, can I jump in and say something real quick?
Go ahead,
man. Yeah, but it was probably, this is probably gonna go down as the most Republican split ticket ever. I mean, it's not fraud, man. But the Republicans for Biden was real. I mean, real talk. I mean, because they just wanted Trump out of there because he caused too much chaos. He made the Republican Party devour itself and morph into something that's really unrecognizable. You know what I'm saying? Now, it doesn't make sense for fraud because there's no way that the Democrats would rig the election to beat Trump but leave Lindsey Graham and McConnell in there. That doesn't make rational sense. But what does make rational sense is a bunch of Republicans that went in that booth and then voted red, and then when it came to the president, they voted blue. And that's real, man. I mean, there's no getting around it. There's no evidence of any. There's no real evidence of voter fraud that's going to overturn states. You know, is there voter fraud out there? Sure, I'm sure there is. It goes both ways, but not enough to overturn an election. And it's going to turn out after all the votes are counted. It's going to be a landslide because I think Biden's going to have over 300 electoral votes. So it's really, at the end of the day, it's really not going to be as close as we thought it was.
Yeah, but you got to remember, even that he may get the electoral votes, but they still have the decision to make.
You're right. You're right. But for them trying to rationalize it and to actually get it done, and you can't accept, and on the Republican side, you can't accept the House seats flipping and the Senate seats flipping, and then turn around and accept but not accept what the presidency. It's the same ballot. It's the same thing.
Ballot, but it's not. But the Electoral College is not included in that. That's the whole thing.
You're right about that.
That's a whole separate entity. So with that entity, that's where the problem come in at. And I'm gonna say it again. You're dealing with motherfuckers. They make up rules as they go along. So if there's a rule in place that they can take advantage of, do you honestly think they aren't? Because the one thing about this country, and it goes throughout history, nobody wants to give up power. Nobody. Especially to find a way to keep it. So if they got a way to keep it, come on, man. And the other thing, the other hidden like gem in all of this, the Senate boils down to Georgia. We got Brian Kemp as governor. If y'all don't think that some fugazi shit ain't gonna go down, come on, man. That's why I'm sitting back. I got my motherfucking popcorn. I'm gonna enjoy this shit. Because
So
man,
you ain't
to Georgia, Bo.
You ain't gonna vote?
Here we go. Why would you ask a dumbass question like that?
You talking dumb shit.
What the fuck?
You talking damn dumb.
Wow. Hold up. I got Charisma on, Jermaine on, and BT who heard me say the same thing. I've said the same thing for months.
He voted all the way down.
Trump, Pence, horse shit. Biden, Harris, dog shit. I don't vote for shit. Everybody focus on voting from the Senate down. If I've been saying that for fucking months, why would you ask me if I'm going to vote?
So what the hell you talking about? What the hell Kemp got to do with what you're talking about?
Because he's in fucking control of the fucking state.
So you saying he gonna cheat?
Didn't he? How did he get his fucking position, Rob?
So why the fuck you gonna vote then? You know he gonna cheat on you.
Oh my God, Jesus!
That don't make no damn sense.
That's the most.
Yeah. You wasting your damn time then.
I've ever heard somebody say.
You know why? Because you don't believe the shit you be saying.
Hey,
he said, you know what went down in Georgia. You know what went down in Georgia when they purged. They purged all those registered voters 2 years ago, and then Stacey Abrams and her crew and those other people, they all got 800 people re-registered, and then they went to the polls and turned Georgia blue. That's what he's talking about. I mean, basically, and Kemp, he's gonna pull out the tricks. He's gonna try to get people purged again. But here's the thing in Georgia: you got cousins, you got nephews, you got brothers and sisters who will turn 18 between October 5th and January 5th. Register them up. Get them up. Get them registered up. They can vote in the runoff.
Let me say something to you about what you just said. Theoretically, on the surface, that sounds great. But when you have a Republican governor and you have the state house that's run by Republicans and also the congressional house run by Republicans, we have to expect the bullshit. That's the problem. Now, I get it. Everybody wants to say, if you got so many people voting, then you can't deny it. Well, we already seeing that's not true because you had so many people come out and they're still denying it. And that has all been set up by what we always talk about, the media, because the media controls the narrative. And then when you make the media look bad, what happens? That's my whole point. And all I want people to do is think, because that's exactly what has been happening. That's exactly what has been happening.
I feel you, man. I'm from Texas. I know we're in the same boat. We're in the same boat. But like, here's the thing that about this. You're right, but it makes it more difficult when everybody votes. It makes it much more difficult the more people that vote, because the population at the end. I mean, believe it or not, there are way more liberal people in this country than there are conservative, and then and that's the reason why voter suppression is always done by Republicans. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want everybody coming to the polls. They'll admit it to you. They'll admit it to your face. I don't want any liberal dumbasses voting. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you. They'll tell you that because they know they're outnumbered.
So this is my take on these seats that got flipped. Let's just get away from the Biden and Trump. That's going to be solved by the Electoral College in December sometime, whenever they decide to vote. But these seats that got flipped, the reason they got flipped is because of the lack of out of touchness the Democratic Party is with the. That's why they got flipped. Georgia was not even projected to even be one of these turns, these cities that was county or states that was supposed to turn the election, but it ended up being one of those states, right?
Right.
And that's because Stacey Abrams got out. They got out and got people to go out and vote. But some things that people don't understand is calling everything fascist, racist, sexist. That shit don't fucking damn work. Trump broke records for minority voters and for Republican. Even the media called him race. Even though the media called him racist for 4 years, the Democratic Party has been bleeding the working class voters across the board. They increasingly out of touch with the concerns of the working class Americans, and that's the issue. So people seeing that shit, they seeing that.
But the Republican Party is.
But listen to what I'm saying, because we are predominantly, and this I keep telling y'all this, we predominantly vote Democrat. So the Republicans, they can give a fuck about our damn vote anyway, but the Democrats want our vote. Just for example, in my state, South Carolina, Clyburn, he's a fucking damn piece of shit. He been in the fucking damn same seat since '93, and he got one of the top 10 poorest fucking damn counties in the fucking damn United States. What the fuck he been doing since '90 fucking damn 3? But he is one of the top he gets the top donors, one of the top donors for pharmaceutical companies. So you can't tell me that his constituents don't see that shit.
They don't.
So this is why that shit flipped, because they like, well, shit, he ain't doing nothing for me. Let me sit there and do something for me. Let me vote for them. That's why the shit got flipped. And as long as the Democratic Party keep going out, keep doing the same old, not reaching out to these damn working class people, giving a fuck about them, even pretending to give a fuck about them, this is what's going to happen. And when the fucking shit come up in January, this shit going fucking they're going to lose more fucking AMC. Because they continuing to move right and not moving left where they were. That's just a fact.
Now, okay. I'm with you there. At the very end.
Antonio said, where in the U.S. Constitution does it state that if the sitting president does not concede, then he remains in office?
Let me bring another guest in real quick. My girl Bella, what's up?
Why did you put? Hey, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, all right, jump in. You want to, sweetheart? We just chopping it up. All right, y'all go ahead. Carry on.
All right, I want to follow up. I think the Senate seats got flipped because you're right. I think the Democrats were too right leaning, and I think you got to fight fire with fire. And the way to fight these Republicans, these super hardcore conservative Republicans, you got to fight them with progressive Democrats. You know, look at the squad. The squad just demolished everything that they touch. You know what I'm saying? Because they are progressive. because they have the attitudes. Sometimes they go too far. I'm not gonna lie. They go too far on too many topics. They try to fight too many battles. But when they go hard for something, they don't let off the gas. And that's what they need to do. There's too many Democrats in Congress and the Senate that lean right, that make too many compromises. Man, Mitch McConnell is cutthroat. He makes zero compromises. How many judges did Obama have locked and loaded, ready to go to be voted on by the Senate Judiciary Committee, and he shut it down, didn't put one to a vote, not one to a vote. But when Trump got in office, he paraded 296 through, all conservative, all white, all bumpkins through. I mean, you see what I'm saying? So these liberal, you gotta fight for fire with fire. You gotta go more progressive. I
hope the Democrat learned they lesson. I hope they learned they lesson. You can't compromise with people.
You can't.
BT, what you just said is right, but here's the thing. When has the Democratic Party ever been on code and fought for anything? They're fucking punks. We know that. Republicans stay on code. Always. Yeah. They stay on code. Democrats, put it like this. This is the way to break the shit down. Republicans are like this. This is them. They're going to punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Democrats are like this.
I agree.
Because they're separated. And they're going to fight for who's ever given them the most money so that they can get paid. That's the issue.
They try to please everyone. Democrats try to make everybody happy.
No, they don't. No, they don't. What they do is they appease anybody, but they got to get paid first. See, the problem is we as individuals cannot go to Congress or the Senate and ask for anything because we don't have anything we can give them in return. Those lobbyists knock on the motherfucking doors. Everything is about money. Everything is about money. Point blank, period, end of story. People got to understand we live in a corporation. So they got to take the morality out of this shit. It's not going to fucking happen.
Corporation.
It's not going to happen.
But see, this is another problem with what the Democrats have been doing. See, what they do is they piggyback off of progressiveness. So they'll piggyback off of the progressives like Stacey Abrams, AOC. They'll get them to go out there and champion and get their people on board, and then they'll flip flop from that progressive shit, and then go right back to status quo once they got all they fucking damn people, and that shit ain't fucking damn working no more. We seen that shit ain't working no more. They lost 5 fucking damn seats in the fucking damn house. We see that shit ain't fucking damn working on because we know they're not progressive. Hell, Clyburn even called damn Biden the most progressive fucking damn Democrat ever. What the fuck? What kind of bullshit are you kidding me? He called Biden.
Both sides are crooked as shit.
I'm like, what the hell?
Say that again. Say that again, Bella.
I said both sides are crooked as shit. So
thank you.
Of course.
Facts. We know this, but you can't say that I'm for the people and I'm for all this progressive shit and then go back to corporatism. It don't work that damn way. And that's why the Democratic Party is the way it is now, because you got progressive on this end and you got that are too far fucking damn left for the goddamn establishment Democrats. But they're using those damn progressives to get the damn vote.
Yeah, the way I look at Democrats and when it comes to the black community, you know what? The Democrats has fed us McDonald's for years. They've given us McDonald's, and you know, hey man, it'll keep us alive, but it's also killing us at the same time. But the way I look at Republicans, the Republicans they're feeding us fucking poison. They're feeding us cyanide and shit like that. That's what they're doing.
McDonald's has cyanide and shit in it, so I don't know what you're talking about. This poison too. So that shit.
At a way more, but the Republicans are destroying us.
But the one thing you can respect about the Republicans is they say it to your fucking face. They don't give a fuck about it.
And that's what I was about to say. That's the only I don't care for Donald Trump. I don't. But just like my sister and I was speaking this morning, and I stated to her the one thing that I have to respect about him, he said what he wanted to damn say.
Yeah.
He gonna tell you how he felt, and that's the only thing that I can respect about him, because he said what he wanted to say. And I'm like, this, when I would hear stuff that he would say, I'm like, does this motherfucker have dementia or something? I mean, even down to the point of hearing his mother make the comment and say, I hope he never runs for president with his dumb ass. Mother. His sister makes the comment and says that she don't see him being qualified to do that. And, and I know this is, hearsay on a lot of things, but there was a 12-hour audio done between Donald Trump's sister and his niece. And the sister made this comment about how corrupt he really was. How the things that he did to his brother and throw temper tantrums to his father, the reason why he got so much from his father before his father left here. But it goes back to what was said earlier. It's about power. He is power driven, and he is not going to give up. He's not going to give this up like, that's a wrap. This man has filed over 400 and
everybody knew he wasn't gonna give it up like that. But
I'm saying
eventually he's gonna succumb to it.
He has filed over 450 lawsuits. I try to stay away from this stuff because it's nerve-wracking as hell. It's nerve-wracking as hell because it's like you have people saying, well, vote for me if you do this and do that, I'll do this. You can't do shit until you get in there, and you still have to congregate with other people in order to make some shit happen. You just can't sign off on something and say, oh, I'm going to make sure this is done. You have to sit here and have conversations with other people for shit to be signed off on. But it's both of them. Like I said, both sides. I believe it. Now I'll take this. I'll say this. Warnock, I believe in that dude. I really do. But both sides to me are crooked ass shit. I don't care what nobody say, and I'm not gonna say it's all because I have to take it back to my good trouble person, John Lewis. I don't give a shit what nobody say about John Lewis. John Lewis was for his people. I that's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to that.
This dude wrote a book right here.
John Lewis is for his people, but both sides are crooked as shit to me, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to that.
Hey, well, I agree with you wholeheartedly. And you're right. It's two wings of the same bird. Mm-hmm. I mean, we all can agree to that. But as far as politics in itself is a dirty game. And,
it is. Yes.
Anybody who, I think Truman was the one that said, he said, you can't get rich in politics unless you're corrupt, and that's just a fact.
It is.
Wow. All them dudes rich.
I want to read something to y'all real quick. The definition of politician. I'm gonna read this shit. A person who is professionally involved in politics, especially as a holder or a candidate for an elected office, and a person who acts in a manipulative, devious way, typically to gain advancement within an organization. Now, these ain't just my words, so people love saying that shit. This is the definition of a fucking politician. So it shows exactly what it is.
Question of the black votes. We got to do that too after you finish that.
Say it again.
But this goes to what I say all the time. We get so upset about these politicians and Trump and all this stuff, but we never address the system that created this shit. We don't get mad at the system that created Trump. If Trump has a record of having all these bankruptcies and all these companies that he's filed bankruptcy, and he wasn't a good owner of these companies, how in the hell he get the damn
run the fucking country?
Would you give him a job of running a 500 corporation? I wouldn't. He's
a marketing genius. I'll tell you that right now.
Let me say something. Let me say something to all of y'all. Let me say something to all of y'all real quick. Last summer, I was in Jersey, and I was waiting at a car dealership for my man to come pick me up, and the owner happened to come in there, white dude. I was talking to the Puerto Rican cat who was a salesman or whatever. Mind you, in New Jersey, it is documented of how 45 at his casinos was not paying the construction workers.
Right.
That's true.
It's fucking, the shit is proven. The owner of the fucking car dealership said he was voting for him. I was like, yo, my man, I got a question for you. You live here. Everybody that's in Jersey and New York knows exactly who he is as an individual. How could you possibly vote for him, considering you probably know people personally that's been fucked by him? Oh, I'm just gonna vote for him because I don't believe what Hillary stands for. What? Hold up. So you telling me you know how the man is based on some personal experience, but you don't want to vote for a person who ain't got nothing to do with you? Okay, no, but that shows the stupidity of voters in America. That's the problem. That right there is the major problem that we're dealing with. We deal with uneducated and uninformed voters in this country. See, what people tend to like forget is this. 45, he don't give a fuck about what he says, no matter what comes out his mouth. Republicans, they do their best to be as politically correct as possible. Once he got in office, the gloves were off. They like, fuck it. If he could say it, I could say it. But the difference is,
or do
by
it.
them doing it, their constituents can vote their ass out.
Right.
See, if they don't like that shit, it can be a change. But with him and his team, they understand the rules. He already know, because I said this shit from the beginning, and people was like, fool, you crazy. I said for the longest that he was a Democratic plant. He was put in office to destroy the Republican Party from within. Because bottom line, if it comes to fruition and he loses, it won't be another Republican president for at least 30 years. It's a guarantee.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that, and I'll tell you why. And once again, like I said, we have to start addressing the symptom of the problem. He's a direct reflection of what America has become. We've always been a capitalist society, but you can say what you want to say about Donald Trump. Those who voted for Trump, they voted for him because they believed in him. And you could tell by all these damn Trump maniacs and these motherfuckers who go so fucking damn hard for him, they believe in him. Those who voted for Biden, they didn't believe in him because they believe in Biden. They voted for him because they couldn't stand Trump's rhetoric. They couldn't stand the way what he talks, all that shit he says. So the consistency.
So that was the same way Hillary lost then, right? People hated her.
Well, I mean, but the Democrats keep pushing these candidates that people don't believe in, and that's just to protect the interests of the ruling class. You look back in 2008 and 2012, by 7 o'clock, we already knew Obama had done won. It wasn't even a fucking damn contest. But why is he having so much damn? The Democrats having so much damn trouble.
Let me show you, boy. He thought he won too.
That was hilarious. That really was hilarious. That was hilarious.
Hours after election night, with millions of votes still to be counted, U.S. President Donald Trump falsely asserted that he was the winner of the election and insinuated that voter fraud had occurred.
This is a major fraud in our nation. We want the law to be used in a proper manner. So we'll be going to the U.S. Supreme Court. We want all voting to stop.
But does the president have the ability to halt vote counting? So far, legal scholars have said no. Joshua Geltzer, the executive director of Georgetown Law's Institute for Constitutional Advocacy and Protection, wrote in the Washington Post today that it's nothing his lawyers can take to court or even sue over. But that hasn't stopped the president from spreading misinformation and unsubstantiated claims about mail-in ballots in the vote counting process, which is expected to take longer than usual due to the extension of mail-in voting. A final vote count could take days, if not weeks.
We do know at this point that most of the outstanding mail ballots are in areas where the Democrats are very strong. These are large metropolitan or suburban counties. And we also know that within those metropolitan areas, Democrats were much more likely to vote by mail than Republicans. And so it's just a matter of time to wait for those votes to be counted.
Levine says Trump falsely claiming victory and casting doubt on the results could have long-term implications.
And pouting.
If you challenge the legitimacy of the process that led to an opponent taking control of the government, then you are challenging every decision that government ultimately makes. And that could put America in a really difficult situation, especially in a pandemic.
Krista Hattie, Global News.
Man, Bernie Sanders Nostradamus that shit. He called it. He said that Trump is going to declare victory early, and then the mail-in votes are going to come in, and then Trump is going to scream fraud. And that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did.
I saw that. He
Jimmy Fallon.
Yes, he did in a video. I saw that.
Trump been setting this up for weeks, man. He been setting this up at the rallies and everything. That it's going to be major fraud. He been setting this up for a long time.
Here's my thing about everything that's going on. And for anybody who watching the show, if y'all catch feelings about this, y'all know I don't give a fuck.
Oh my goodness.
But for 8 years, we had our symbolic president, and he didn't do shit for us. Y'all dancing in the street for a motherfucker who ain't gonna do shit for you because you're emotional because you wanted a certain person out. That's a problem. That's a real problem. And I say that because I want to have hope for the people in this country that they smarter than that. But the more shit that happens, it shows how clueless motherfuckers are. I love the fact that certain people get it. Certain people do get it. But we have to come to the realization that they only come to us when it's time for an election. Any other time, they don't give a fuck. They're going to pander to get what they want out of you, and then they ain't going to give you shit. Not a goddamn thing. But it keeps happening. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. It's some insane motherfuckers in this goddamn country. That's the shit that gets me.
All right. The only thing I had an issue with is you saying that Barack didn't do nothing for black folks. But let me tell you something. If you cannot depend on the person at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue to do anything for the black community, for the hood. It's not gonna happen. You know, that's why I was so disappointed in Ice Cube. Trump has a record of 50 years of not paying contractors, of stiffing people. But he gonna hold up to this platinum plan. Be real.
Hold up, fam. Hold up. You cannot be disappointed in Cube. You can't be disappointed in a person who gets invited to speak to both parties. You can't be disappointed. I don't understand that. How could you be disappointed at a person who got basically invited to speak about something that they had, and then one party says, I'm going to do this, and the other party said, wait till after the election? Where's the anger for the motherfucker who said, wait for after the election?
All right,
but what I didn't like about the situation was because a lot of people don't read. They don't read. They go off of a headline, and then they go to making assumptions and start saying, oh, they hate him. They hate him. But did y'all listen to, and I'm not speaking of you, but did y'all listen to the video when the dude said he was invited by, he had a meeting with both parties. Mm-hmm. He said, and if Biden won, he was supposed to sit down and talk to Biden about this same situation. He said, so y'all can hate me all y'all want, but if y'all don't know the facts, basically just shut the hell up, because the man didn't do anything wrong.
I think everybody knew he talked to both parties, but here's what it did. No,
they didn't.
He underestimated Trump. He underestimated Trump, that Trump was going to take it and use it for his gain.
Exactly. He
Right.
allowed Trump to make him look like he was an ally.
Y'all gotta remember he didn't meet with Trump. He met with some of his flunkies.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
His flunkies did that.
It doesn't matter.
Put out
the Sun posted it and said, thanks to Ice Cube thanks Ice Cube. He tweeted it. Thanks Ice Cube for meeting with the Trump administration and and
endorsing and getting on board with the platinum plan. That's what they said. Now, Cube should have been like, man, Cube should have came out and said, look, I'm not aboard with the platinum plan. It's some bullshit.
That's what Jerome just said. He said we have to stop getting emotional about this shit and start thinking like business people, like thinking like rational people. So would you do you expect the president not to negotiate anything with China's president or any other president? Even though we may be at odds, you still have to negotiate certain shit.
But here's the fact. Here's the fact.
Made the Iran deal. So
here's the fact, Jermaine. Here's the facts. Trump can implement his plan right now if he wanted to.
Right. The shit's already there. It's sitting on the Senate floor now.
But so could every other president before him have done.
We're not talking about era. We're talking about now.
Oh man.
For everybody on the show, since people got a problem with Q meeting with a Republican president, I guess you got a problem with Dr. King meeting with Lyndon Johnson's racist ass. It's the same shit. It's the same goddamn thing.
But he got results.
MLK actually got shit done. He actually got shit done.
He got some results.
Why did shit get done? Because on the motherfucking news, we was getting our heads cracked open on a goddamn bridge. The point is, the sit down still happened. That's the point. The point.
Q didn't bring nothing to the table that the black the Congressional Black Caucus didn't already bring. Nothing.
This what I'm going to say to you about that. Just because you had somebody have a conversation about what we want as people, that's all that matters. It don't matter what happened, because we all know ain't shit gonna happen even if Barack was president. So it doesn't matter. So motherfuckers getting mad at Cube for nothing.
Right.
They're calling him all types of names and shit. I ain't gonna do this. How the fuck can you get mad at a motherfucker that's been fighting for us and speaking on issues about us for 30 fucking years, and then y'all motherfuckers turn on him for a white motherfucker?
One situation that he stepped in and said, I'm gonna have a sit down. One situation, and all of a sudden, they turned his back on him. They show who they were.
Here's why. I think people wanted Trump out so bad. They hated the fact that Q gave Trump an opportunity to try to make it look like he was an ally.
Exactly.
And speaking for black people. He was speaking, he took the black agenda, but he allowed Trump to use him and think he was speaking for black people.
It don't matter. It's a lot of people been used. A lot of people, wait a minute. A lot of people has been used. A lot of things have been said. And it's as I always say, if you ain't sitting in that motherfucking meeting, you don't know what all took place. You don't know what all took place. We quick to get upset about what has been because social media and you have so much access to things now. We're quick to get upset about something we hardly know anything about.
Hey,
that took place with this. That's just like Steve Harvey when Trump first went in. Steve Harvey met with Trump. Guess what they did? They dogged his ass too. Ray Lewis met with Trump. They dogged his ass too.
Jim Brown.
But we don't know what all took place.
Do you see you see the pattern? What did any of them get done besides the meeting?
But again, we don't know what was said. We don't know what was said. We don't know if he said this is what I can offer you, and Steve Harvey said no, I ain't trying to hear that shit. We don't know if he said this is what I do with you, Cube, and Cube said no, that ain't gonna work. We don't know
because Cube ain't said nothing. He's done. Let me tell you something. I don't trust anybody who criticized Biden more than they criticize Trump. That's the ultimate red flag right there. That's my ultimate red flag. It's like, because I know you got another agenda if you're doing that. And I think that agenda for Ice Cube is taxes. I really do. And I know it is with Lil Wayne.
Let me tell y'all something. If Ice Cube didn't have to say nothing, Ice Cube could just sat back. He got enough money. Why put himself out there on the line to do that? He didn't have to damn do that. He was doing it because
he had good. Ice Cube had good intentions, but
he had a good heart. That's why
he just didn't know who he was dealing with. That's the problem.
He did. He knew exactly what the problem is. He's dealing with the president of the United States, who
he was dealing with the devil.
But the problem
they are fucking devils. What difference do it make?
The problem is most of the Democrats think that Biden and all these people are above reproach. Why can't we question somebody who we get 80 to 90?
Hold on. Did you say y'all Democrats?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That mean you're the opposite.
Why shouldn't you be able to question?
You know you fucked up, don't you? You know you fucked up, don't you? You know you fucked up.
Why shouldn't you be able to question somebody's record? See, everybody wants to say, "Oh, we got to forget Biden's record." Why? When he get 85% of the Democrats get 85% of the black vote, so we can't question them.
I'm not saying that. You're right. You're right.
You said anybody who says anything about Biden more than damn Trump, you have to question their motive, but you got to question the people that you vote for.
You're right. Hey, you're right. You're right. And I've gone through and I've Googled Ice Cube, every Ice Cube article from the last, 20 months. And I listened to everything that he said about Biden. I Googled Ice Cube Biden, and I Googled Ice Cube Trump. And it's 10-1. It's 10-1 on his criticism on Biden than he is to Trump. I don't trust that. I'm sorry. That lets me know he is there. I don't think Ice Cube's a coon. I don't call black people coon because people misuse that word so much. I don't think he's a sellout. I think Ice Cube. He fell for the banana in the tailpipe. He let Cube because Trump is always looking for photo ops with celebrities, black, white, or Hispanic.
DT, you got to remember though, you got somebody who's been in politics for 4 years going up against somebody who's been in politics for damn near 50 years. So of course it's going to be more material for Ice Cube to pick upon with Biden than it is with Trump. I mean, but
it really isn't. There's more shit that you can talk about with Trump. If you're intelligent on the if you study politics and what Trump has done, what bills he's signed, what shit that he's rolled back that Obama put in place, then it's really not that difficult. It's really not that difficult.
So we talking about the same. We talking about Trump and Biden. So Biden is the same guy who said he didn't want his kids going to the same school in a racial jungle. You talking about that guy, right?
Yeah, he said that like 40 years ago. Yeah, he said that 40 years ago. But Biden is the same guy that was on the Senate floor fighting against apartheid in South Africa. So he's that dude too.
And he's the same guy who said it's too many damn Negroes in positions of power, and he said that shit on the fucking damn Senate floor. That's the same fucking Biden too, right? So we got it.
And Trump is the same.
Also said,
and Trump is the same Trump that thought 5 black innocent black boys who still should have got the electric chair, even though they were innocent. It's the same guy.
But see, this is the trick of the system, and this is why I say the system
keep going tit for tat.
The system is the problem because it got us fighting over 2 old white dudes.
Well, what the hell happened to Cornel West and what's his name? Because they gave Obama the blues and Trump, and ain't nobody heard from them since. What the hell they at?
Church Mouse, him and Tavis Smiley. Oh my gosh! Don't get me started on them. Don't get me started.
I can speak to that one.
Oh my goodness!
The whole thing about Cornel West and
hello.
Wait a minute, that's my man's.
Welcome to the show, Julian.
I can hear you.
That's Julian.
Okay. Enlighten me immediately what the show is about, and I know we're talking about.
Julian, hold up. This is somebody I met on Facebook.
Can you guys
and all I can say is
on what the conversation is about tonight?
Basically, we speaking on motherfuckers jumping on to what should be done in the first 100 days, everything like that. But
I don't think he can hear, man. I don't think Julian can hear you.
Hello?
Can you hear us, Julian?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right.
Julian, if you don't mind me asking, how do you feel about the election? What has happened and what's going to happen?
I can't hear anything. I don't know if it's that. I don't think it's because of me.
We hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
Is he on the phone or
we
laptop?
We hear you, bro.
Hang on.
You might want to use your. He can't hear us. I'm gonna send him a message.
He got to use his ear.
Can you hear me and see me? Can I be heard?
Yeah. So y'all carry on, man.
Yeah, I'll finish your point about Cornel West.
Basically, they had their chance to pretty
try
much
this again.
call
Can I
him
try this
out.
again?
Can you hear us?
I'm gonna leave and back.
Okay, cool. They jumped on Obama pretty much because he had a bully pulpit and he ain't do shit for us. Period. Now, mind you, do I like the fact that it went down like that? No, because of the way that they did it, because they didn't have to be so vocal about it out in the media. That should have been some behind the scenes shit. But what they were doing was actually right, because he had I'm gonna give y'all the greatest example of how Obama had power and he used it the wrong way. And this is something I found out recently, which is the reason why I really don't fuck with him.
All right, let me hear it.
Obama went to motherfucking Flint, Michigan, and there was a what's the name? A press conference, whatever.
Right.
His monkey ass asked for some water and was like, "I don't want a bottle. Bring me a glass." Everybody knows Flint, Michigan drinking water is still fucked up to this day.
Fact.
That motherfucker got the glass of water, did this to the glass of water. Literally this. And pretty much made it seem like the water was fine.
Chuck, Julian, what's up, man? Y'all hear me?
Then had the fucking nerve to say he never does stunts when he does speeches. And there's footage of him in the back saying, "That's my first time doing a stunt." That's some fucked up shit. Because you had kids that's still dying over having lead in their fucking water in Flint, Michigan, and he had the chance to call them out and get that shit fixed, and he ain't do a fucking thing. That's some bullshit. If y'all don't believe me, I will send you the video. You can see it for yourself. That shit showed me his true colors. And I don't like that shit at all, because I still push for motherfuckers to not drink Nestle Pure Life water, because the governor of Michigan sold Flint's drinking water to that company for $200 raggedy ass dollars. And that's a fact.
All right, y'all jump in when y'all want to, Chuck, Julian. This y'all show.
Okay, we're talking about water.
We talking about the election, man. We talking about all things election. The candidates, what they gonna do, who fucking up, who gonna do the right thing. What you got to say about the election? Who won, who lost? Is it rigged? Is Trump full of shit? Is Biden full of shit?
Both are.
You go where you want to go. He might can't hear.
I'm really trying to hear, and I don't know why I can't.
I mean, we can hear him.
Yeah, we get that. I don't think that's what happens. We hear the person and they can't hear us.
All right, fool, finish your point then.
My biggest thing is, as far as us as people, and I keep saying the same thing, the fact that we got 6 different people on right now, and we all look alike, which is perfect, but we got to be on code. That's the biggest thing. We have to make sure that no matter what, we're on code. That's where the disconnect is, because they got the game so rigged. We fight amongst ourselves so much. They just keep on doing whatever the fuck they want to do. That's the problem. Because there's certain, like for me, in the first 100 days of Biden's presidency, if it comes to fruition and he actually is declared the winner, I'm going to push and fight that Flint, Michigan gets their shit fixed. Even right now in Georgia, I do not have a problem with going and knocking on doors for Warnock and motherfucking John Ossoff. But I know John Ossoff's campaign manager. I'm gonna reach out to him. I'm gonna be like, look, I campaign the fuck for both of y'all, but I'm gonna need y'all to make sure you bring to the Senate floor that Flint, Michigan should have clean drinking water. Point blank. Period. End of story. That's something that needs to be done, and that's not something that's fucking huge. Because if you think about it, the people can get what they deserve and what they need, and that will bring jobs to that community. Because when you start talking about that type of construction, you got people doing that work, and then the businesses and shit around, and the business that are around wherever they're doing that work, they're going to make money. That right there is infrastructure. That's something that needs to be done immediately.
Mm-hmm.
An infrastructure bill and a jobs bill that needs to be done ASAP. I don't want to hear about no damn LGBT. I don't want to hear about no fucking Indian Americans. I don't want to hear about I don't want to hear about none of that bullshit. Fuck all that.
But see, you say that like we the only motherfuckers in the country.
No, we the only motherfuckers in the
country. They
saying
the same thing.
No, we're the only ones in the country that don't get shit specifically for us. Other groups get shit. We don't get nothing. That's why we need to demand it.
Because other folk fight for it. We talk shit about it.
No, that's not true.
That is true.
Fight for it. What it is we are an afterthought, so they don't mind doing this shit for everybody else. And since we ain't we always fighting against each other, we can't come together for the same motherfucking cause.
All right. Let me jump in real quick. A lot of people that criticize Obama, and it might not be you. All right, but a lot of people, I find the most people that criticize Obama, they wanted Obama to be a hookup president. They wanted him to be a hookup president that was armed with get out of jail free cards and go directly to jail cards. And don't pass go cards. And it doesn't work like that, especially when you don't have the Senate and the Congress on your side. Now, Obama, when he first jumped in, we're in a crisis. We were in a recession, the worst recession since the Great Depression. If he try to get on there all right, I need this shit for black folks. He get on the Senate floor talking that shit. Well, what's gonna happen? They're gonna impeach his ass. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna say he's un-American. They're gonna bring up treason charges on him. You know, and then what he did was, when he finally got the House and Senate on his side, he went for health care, something that benefited everybody. You know what I'm saying? Now, his back on track shit, that helped black folks the most, that he signed in 2009. That got black folks working. That got people working more than any shit that Trump has ever done. So I don't want to hear that shit.
And you know what? But you know what? You know what's funny? We never hear from the Jews because all this stuff is good. It's straight across. You don't hear nothing from them. You don't hear nothing from the Asian American. You know why? Because this shit's straight across. You get what I'm saying? And it's like this new Indian American thing with the people from India, with Kamala being in there. Yeah, they stuff straight. Do y'all think?
Do y'all think that Indian Americans are now finna come up because Kamala's in office?
Yeah.
No, not gonna happen.
BT,
not gonna happen. I'm gonna put that on the record. Not happening.
BT, what I'm gonna say to you with you making that statement is the fact that Kamala is supposed to be so one of us. Why does she have an Indian American plan set in place already? You can go look at it yourself. That's on the table. Where is the shit for us?
I'm gonna trust me. That's the first thing I'm finna do. I'm finna look up both of those shit. I'm gonna look up both of that. Let me tell you something. Indian Americans ain't suffering for nothing here. So what are they gonna get?
So my point is,
that's what I'm saying.
Well, my point is with you saying that the fact that that's the case, but they have a plan for them is a fucking problem. And for everybody out there that's watching this motherfucking video, If y'all want to talk about Biden's plan for us, I don't want to hear about people of color, minority, urban motherfucking neighborhood, urban neighborhoods, and low income neighborhoods, because that's in the body of the plan. It does not say anything specifically for us except HBCUs. That's it.
All right. Now here's a question.
Yep.
How do you want stuff for black folks legislated, put in writing? Do you want to hear ADOS, or do you want to hear black people, or do you want to hear African American? Tell me what you want to hear.
Not the African American crap.
Yeah, for me, now see, I have to go by how motherfuckers say this shit in this country. Me, I do not call myself black. I call myself Pan-African. I call myself Nubian. I call myself melanated or carbonated. Because black is a fucking
I call
color.
myself brown. I don't call myself black.
That's some bullshit. So since we can't
even agree on what the hell we is.
Exactly.
No,
I'm gonna go with
the issue with that is we consistently call ourselves the names that people have forced upon us. That's the problem. That's one of the major problems. That right there is also an issue. So since they want to say black, go ahead and say black in whatever. So
or
at least
American.
No, I don't hear that. Fuck the African American shit. I'm good on that too, because that shit came from that shit. See, the term African American came from Jesse Jackson's monkey ass, who's a fucking agent. So that means they told him to say that term. Fuck that shit too. So for me personally,
off the train.
The thing that I love about Cube's plan, that the contract that he wrote, is specific, and it says black people. Right. So it's specific. That's the whole thing.
But you say you don't want to be called black.
That's Kamala Harris. That's Obama.
No.
And that's who y'all don't want to have it to get benefits.
Hold on, say that again.
That's Kamala. That's not ADOS. That's black people. ADOS is American descendants of slaves. Is that what you want? Is that who you want for legislation to write legislation written for those people that are American descendants of slaves? Or do you want, because black is a lot of things. Black, there's black and Latino. There's black and white. There's black and Asian. You see what I'm saying?
Black started everything.
You're right, but you're gonna be upset. You're gonna be upset when you see some black and Filipino people getting money for their community, for the Filipino community. So what do you want? How do you want it legislated? How do you want them on the Senate floor to write up the money to put into our people? What do you want to hear? You got to pick something. You got to pick it.
What I want to hear, since you just brought up the ADOS, it can be that, and it can be black people. And the reason that I say that is because, once again, we never get anything specifically for us. We just don't. Because the funny thing about the way the system is set up, and this is the funny thing about it. We can't sit here and say we're Indian, but white people damn sure claim it to get the benefits. When we do it, it's a fight. That's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That really has to be, that's a fucking problem. Hell, the other thing that we need to do, we need to go to the motherfucking United Nations and speak on our behalf on some global shit. Because doing that shit here, hell, we still 3/5 of a fucking human here, which is also written in the fucking law.
Yeah, facts. How would
that money be distributed? The programs be distributed to the people of ADOS, black? How can we get that money?
We don't know.
I'm gonna say this.
Right.
We don't know.
The fact that these motherfuckers can cut a check and $5 trillion or whatever can magically appear, and they can send a check out in the mail. They can send a check out in the mail. But this is my thing, and this is where a lot of us agree upon. Honestly, I don't really care about them sending me cash money. Give me some motherfucking land.
Yep.
And then when you start and the tax.
Here we go.
That when you start talking about not being taxed and shit like that. But once again, These are the types of conversations that need to be sit down and talk through with economists. Because
I agree, Jerome. This is another plan, just like how they do. Like I told, like the original natives of this land. Like I have family that's native, like I said, or Aboriginal. They break it down by tribes. You know, like if different tribes get a certain amount of money. So maybe you have to find out the bloodline of the people that's quote unquote Pan-African or Asians, whatever the people tribes from Africa that descended here, because it wasn't that many. You just pay them by. You got to find out how many tribes.
Yeah, to do it. Do DNA.
Let me ask y'all something though.
That DNA shit.
Let me ask y'all something though. Why in the hell are we gonna go to the table? We can't even know. We don't know the hell who we are.
I know this.
How we gonna go to the table?
I know this much.
Come on, man. We ain't even figure shit out for our damn self yet. How we gonna go to the table asking for reparation?
The Muskogee Creek gave me some stimulus relief money.
To who?
It's well deserved.
To who?
It's well deserved.
To who?
What you mean?
I got a side note.
You want them to decide who get it?
Or
you want us to decide who get it?
Everybody on the panel. This is something I've been wondering for a very long time. How the fuck can they be checking our DNA to know what tribe we from and our history and all that shit? How the fuck is that even possible? The way motherfuckers was taken. I would love to know how is that. To me, that's the biggest hustle on the goddamn planet besides bottled water.
That's not true. They can't do that. I'm black as any a wig on a woman's head, and I'm a Muskogee Creek, bad blood. Ain't nobody in my family look like what they call Indians of the day. Don't none of us look like Indians.
What I'm saying is, how the fuck can they be checking DNA and tracing us back to Africa and all that? To me, that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's right. But I'm just saying. I'm saying that.
England.
That's not
true.
Like
the Philippines.
I want
to know how.
All right. Do y'all think like when Europeans, when white folks, they trace their lineage back to Norway and Denmark and Russia and all that? Do you think that's bullshit too, or do you think it's only bullshit when it comes to us?
Trace it back.
No, I think it's bullshit.
This the difference. This is why I said to me it's bullshit. Because we were stolen from every motherfucking where with no records of any hell. Some of us, there's some people on this panel right now who got there's some people on this panel right now who got great grandparents and great grandparents that don't even have a birth certificate or a social security card. So how the fuck they trace our shit back? The difference between the white people are they weren't stolen. They know exactly where they came from. Their tree shit our shit get broken up somewhere.
Sometimes, but it's just like Sally Hemingway. You know, the way they traced her, all of her people, they traced all the way back to Thomas Jefferson and before, and before even and even beyond before that.
And
you see what I'm saying?
What color is she?
She was black.
Okay, so that means that the record keeping was good. What I'm saying is, as far as record keeping, when it comes to property, they got their, like, mind you, I know for a fucking fact, whatever documents they had when they was taking our ancestors from Africa, them shits is gone. Them shits is burned.
You're right. You're right. But when we got to America, we were a commodity, and we were a commodity, and that had value. So you damn right they kept up with us. So like that's the reason why they're the runaway slave patrol, so they can bring us back.
But BT,
but they didn't keep up.
So they had records of us.
There was no history kept up before we got over here, where our ancestors got over here. We're talking about before they brought our ancestors over here to this land. What records are there really to say, hey, you're part European, or hey, you're part?
This is what they did. They suppressed every goddamn thing that happened on this landmass. Said did nothing start till 1492. We was already here living. Don't believe? I just don't believe. I don't believe it. We was already here living. You understand? They suppressed it.
To be real, it doesn't matter where we came from in Africa because the atrocities started when we got here. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, hold on. Let me say something.
The problem started that we want them to pay for.
Okay, hold on. Let me say something. I don't agree with that part. It don't really matter. I mean, maybe you're saying it in a different. I don't believe it doesn't matter because the reason why I say that is because when I was 12 years old and before my grandmother left here, I had a chance to meet my great grandmother on my mother's side. But the only thing that I had of my grandfather's mother was a picture of her, and to not know that, hey, I may have other, family members out here because my grandmother was born in 17, what was it, 1813, something. Anyway, she was Indian. My great grandfather's mother was Indian. So to know that and not know of that's kind of like, whoa, especially when you're doing research on your family. And I come from a family that we didn't have a lot of people in our family. It wasn't a lot of us. So that kind of hits home with me to say it doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter.
Baby,
no, I'm not saying. I'm talking about beforehand. I'm talking about before then.
You're
Aboriginal.
Baby, you're Aboriginal. You're Aboriginal and you're indigenous to this landmass that they call America or North America.
Terry, that part.
Backus, you killing me with that, man.
The reason that I'm bringing this up is because when you start talking about other people on this in the United States, every other group of people besides us can go back to where they're originally from, and they know where they're from. With us, when they say go back to Africa, Africa is the largest goddamn continent on the fucking planet. And the sad part is, most of us, I'm gonna say most of us, I'm talking about probably 95% of us, we can't go to the exact tribe that we're from because we don't know.
Exactly. You're from here.
Terry, I'm not knocking. I get what you're saying. What I'm speaking of in reference to the slave trade. That's what I'm saying. I get that. I know how the history goes, and we are indigenous to this land.
Slavery really didn't start until after the Civil War. If y'all want to know the truth,
let me tell you something.
For us.
Hey, Robert, point right here. And the guy sitting down with the hat next to him. If you got your where's your arrow? Where's your cursor? Right there. See the guy right there sitting on the ground?
Yeah.
That's my great grandpa right there.
Right.
That's where Greene County come from. He's an original Greene. His name is Alexander Perkins. He was a Perkins first before he changed it over to Greene. So he's Irish. He's an Irishman. That's my other family in the background. Right?
So you don't get no reparation?
No,
Irishmen was they were indigenous people.
I was just joking with you, man. I was just joking with you, man.
I know my people from both sides, my dad's side and my mom's side. I know my family background. I met my great grandmas and great grandpa. You know what I'm saying?
So are you eligible? So you eligible in reparation then?
Yeah, I'm eligible to get reparations.
No.
That's it.
Jerome, you think he eligible?
Thank you.
Just because my great.
He, where you at, man?
He gone. He ran him out. Thank you.
I read. No reparation for you.
The point I was making, if y'all can hear me, all right. Is that before? I mean, we want something from America for that for what the pain and suffering that we've gone through. So
I don't.
Well, a lot of people do. A lot of people want reparations. Right. So what I'm saying is before 1600 when the slave ships, what we want to know is we can trace our people back to when they got here or where they originally
Bro, we all
here.
the same. Just came over
on the first time here, or whatever.
You're talking about classism now.
Yeah.
Everybody just came over on different boats. You had a class of people that came over. I mean, people came on boats that weren't slaves. You had some that were slaves. I keep telling you, it was 5 groups of people that were handling slaves at the time, and we all know it was the Dutch, the Spaniard, the Portuguese, the French, and the what's the last one? I always say the Spaniard. So it just depends on what, and then you already have black people. Well, I'm gonna say the Pan-African people living here for free. That was Amish before slavery even happened. They was living, they had land and everything before slavery even came about. Saying, okay, we're gonna put people up on the block, on this selling block, and say, okay, this guy's gonna be sold to this person, this guy gonna be sold to this person. You had slaves sold out. You had white slaves. You had all kind of slaves sold in on American soil before the big black thing hit, the black man thing. We were just treated worse. That's all. White man could buy his way out of slavery. Black man couldn't. Some of them
what
could.
I'm saying, there's whenever the first black person was sold, there's a record of it. There's a record of that, and we can trace it back to that. And that's as far as we need to.
Gravestones, they just use rocks. They didn't have gravestones and grave and to know who the people were. They just put a rock or something that they knew that they.
Yeah, you don't need. They have records. They got records. They got records.
Who got records? White supremacy got records.
The slave
You're right.
owner had records. The slave owner had records. They didn't have the real records from where he's from. He just had the records from where he worked on that plantation.
Right. When it comes to Congress and the Senate doing something for us, to be honest, I mean, I don't know how I can say this in an articulate way. They're not going to be trying to pay for where we came from, for the stuff that we came from. They're going to be paying for what happened ever since our foot was on this soil.
BT, I only mentioned that about where we came from. I was saying that because we as people, we will never know. They can say whatever the fuck they want about these DNA tests. What I'm saying is we will never know. That's the shit I have a problem with. Since we're property and everything like that, basically since we were stolen and bought here, they have done every single thing to make sure that we don't know ourselves. All we are what they produce. Hell, if you want to take that a step further, it seemed like most of us, when we say motherfucker, we say motherfucker because that's something that's just what it is, right? But if most of us knew where the term came from, because our fucking ancestors was actually fucking their mothers due to these sick bastards, what they were doing, putting motherfuckers in a room. That's true. That's some sad shit. That's fucked up when you actually think about it. But as usual, as people, we have to make shit right. We have to turn shit around that's fucked up.
Let me put
that's the shit that's annoying.
I'm gonna put some on y'all head that's real deep, and I know y'all this gonna blow y'all mind. Since we got records of everything about slavery, right? We got the chains, we got the whips, the slave owners, the names of the Smithsonians, all these different things. Where the fucking ships at?
It didn't happen. It didn't happen, man. Watch this. Let me tell y'all something. It didn't happen the way they say it happened. It did not happen the way they said it happened. It didn't happen.
I mean, that's a good question, right?
It didn't happen.
All the slave ships that brought the people here.
It didn't happen.
That was ships. I mean, you're talking about 400. You're talking about 350-year-old ships.
But they got all.
I mean, what happened?
They got
what happened? What happened to the wagons that transport them after that? I mean,
it didn't happen.
Shit happens over time.
Listen, that shit didn't happen. Watch this.
They got the chains, the whip.
Watch this. I'm a conqueror, right? I come conquer some land.
Declaration Independent.
Man,
all that shit still signed. It's still hanging on there. All that.
It didn't happen.
Written. It's there. Why they still got that?
The shit happened in reverse if you want to know the truth.
So now y'all saying we slavery never happened?
I mean, I didn't say slavery didn't happen.
I said where the proof.
It didn't come by the way of boats like they telling y'all that that the pen is mightier than the sword, no matter what.
Damn right.
So now y'all see why we ain't getting. So now y'all see why we ain't getting reparations.
Where the logs at? They lost the ship. Where the logs at?
watch this. If I'm a conqueror and I'm gonna conquer a certain part of a country, I'm gonna enslave the people that I conquered. I wouldn't go way back across 10 months to get a motherfucker, then bring them 10 months back to a land
That's true.
That don't make sense. If I'm gonna go, that's just like I go take over a neighborhood and I'm slanging, right? And I take over this neighborhood. I ain't gonna go way across the town to bring some other motherfuckers to work and hustle for me. I'm gonna use the motherfuckers that's already there. So they enslaved the people that was already here. Come on, man, that's common sense. Y'all just so fucking whitewashed with the pen is better than the sword. I didn't get it all before motherfucking slave.
Terry spin game, man.
Not just all I'm gonna speak is the truth.
Terry give y'all one-on-one in hustling.
I mean, I'm just saying it's common sense. Why would I go way back over to Africa in some rickety ass boats and bring a whole bunch of other motherfuckers back to America when this motherfuckers already here to enslave? That don't make sense.
Well, the original Aboriginal people here weren't born slaves. They didn't believe in slavery. They would die before they become slaves.
That's what they did. They died. They enslaved the people, the younger people. They took the people. Look, wasn't nobody come on this land, man, but a bunch of motherfucking pirates. They knew where this land was at. They knew where it was at. That shit. They knew where it was at. Well, that 1619 shit, that was a pirate motherfucking ship. Yeah. That wasn't no motherfucking slave ship.
They were black, but they were black pirates too in that song from Jamaica. True. They teach them how to navigate. The Moors did. They were black people. They know how to navigate by using stars. And what the slaves know how to do.
I mean, I just don't believe in that slavery like how y'all been taught. I was taught that too. But I was like, God damn, well, I'm Muskogee Creek. I'm a free motherfucking man.
I'm born free.
Yeah. You know,
came out the womb free.
Ariel, can you post that picture? Can you post that picture I sent to you in Messenger? Like what I'm saying is now Africa is the most resourced land.
That's what they tell you.
In the world.
That's what they say. That's what they tell you. But everything.
Are you telling me? Are you telling me? We know for a fact that they raped all the land of its natural resources. So you trying to tell me they didn't take the people too?
What they gonna take the people for? We got people already here.
They didn't take the people, and white people didn't steal land from the Indians.
Right.
All this. Oh wow!
That's conquer. I mean, that's the white man's nature.
We was already here living. They enslaved us here.
That's straight facts. That's real. They got facts of that. They killed almost all all the buffalo. They didn't enslave. Yeah, that's facts. That's
a slave. That's a slave ship.
That ain't shit.
That's not real. You trying to tell me that's not real?
How in the fuck you gonna have a motherfucker on the boat for 4 months in chains and get off and he can't move for 4 months and go pick some motherfucking cotton? That motherfucker can't move. How you been to the penitentiary or anything in jail and ride on one of them motherfucking in shackles? I've been to the penitentiary in shackles, man. Riding on a big ass bus. And when I got off that bus, I was 20. Wait a minute, I was 21 years old and barely couldn't walk. Just think they kept me like that for 8 motherfucking months. I couldn't move. You follow what I'm saying?
They let them move, man. They let them go. They let them go above deck. They let them
go do what?
Above deck. Spray them with water. They wash them. They let them go above deck, and they spray them with water. They wash them with salt water, and they let them. Now the women on the boat were free. They weren't chained, and the kids weren't chained. Just the men. The women stayed walking around freely, and the kids.
I don't believe that.
The men were chained.
That can't make me believe. I used to believe like that. I don't believe that shit ever. Ever.
I don't know what to tell you, Backus. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, that's just like that's total.
And those are drawings, though. Those are drawings.
Drawings. That ain't no real motherfucking ship.
They didn't have cameras back then in the 1600s back then. I mean, Backus. They ain't have Polaroids back then.
Who drew that motherfucker? Who drew it? Shit. That shit.
Well, you know.
Okay, I've been told that there are parts of the slave ship that was found in Alabama.
That's
Have any
what
of y'all
hey,
heard
watch
that?
this, baby. I told that man from
I heard
National Geographic. That man from National Geographic was in Tulsa 2 weeks ago. I said, use a motherfucking lie. I said, use a motherfucking lie. I did.
Wow. Rob,
I
if you
told you-
can, I just sent you a video on the messenger. Play that video, please.
He's a lie. I told you
Somebody
to
said
lie.
we losing viewers. Man said we losing viewers.
If you want, King Tut was found in Spiro, Oklahoma. If you want to know the real motherfucking truth.
Oh, Becca,
Y'all just say I'm crazy. See, y'all think I'm crazy. It's the truth.
You're killing me, Becca.
You say
It's over
King
10,000. It's over 10,000 miles and pyramids, earthen miles and pyramids in North America all alone. Everywhere, Lake Lanier, right now, y'all guys in Georgia, Lake Lanier, that's how they suppress this shit. The Army Corps of Engineers in the early 1900s, all this shit's gone because they made a man-made lake. It's a place in Oklahoma right now called Lake Eufaula. Well, they took up part of my family's land, took it away, suppressed Ozarks. They did the same thing. They killed.
Yo, I want y'all to listen to this video. Listen to this video or whatever. That home.
My agenda is gonna be LGBT. In the first, I'm walking in the White House with an LGBT agenda. So all of these morons and idiots and jackasses out here talking about the black vote and how the black vote gave it to them. All these morons, the Democratic shills, the paid for LGBT intersectionalists, hood rat, and academic HOE temp activists talking about the black vote. And this man has not said a damn word about the black vote. The folks who got him into office, it's thanks niggas, we'll take it from here. He said this just last week. So in other words, he walked into office saying, I'm going to give you nothing.
Of course.
I wanted him to play that video because it just shows the history of what we deal with. That's why when I have conversations with people that get it, that understand that it doesn't matter who's in office, that we ain't gonna get shit, I love it. But I see our people like literally dancing in the fucking street because they're so emotional and happy because a certain person ain't gonna be president anymore. Who gives a fuck? To me, what needs to be done is we need to make sure that for the first time, we actually hold elected officials accountable for their shit. Point blank, period, end of story. That's my thing. I hate the fact that these motherfuckers consistently, they talk a good game and they don't do anything. Now, once again, do I expect them to do anything? No. But just like with anything else, I would rather ask for permission. Excuse me, I would rather ask for forgiveness than permission. So the worst thing I can say is no. Why not ask for shit? I'm expecting them to say no, and I also understand we have to do shit ourselves. Period. Like for me, there is no reason that HBCUs don't have funding and they getting shut the fuck down. That's sad because that's something we can control. If government money comes, cool, but it shouldn't be that we're dependent on that shit. If it's 40 million of us allegedly in this country, if it's 40 million, how the fuck are we not supporting our own? We so brainwashed, we don't support our own. That shit right there is a problem. The fact that so many HBCUs have shut the fuck down, come on now. Even with me coming here to Atlanta, I didn't even know it was that. Like I didn't know. I heard about Morris Brown, but I didn't know it was that small. Like it was that small, and I think that shit got shut the fuck down. Like what the fuck? These are
my brother graduated from there, man. My brother graduated from there. My little brother went there. They shut him down. He only did 2 years. They took all his accreditation. My other brother made it out just in time. My older brother. Shut it down.
I just really want, and I've said this on here, and I say it on my page a lot. I could give a good goddamn if a person agrees with me. That's not why I say what I say. I say what I say because I want people to think independently. It's too many brainwashed motherfuckers out here. That's period. Like we got all this shit that's going on. We got a bunch of shit that's going on, and the biggest thing right now is they talked about how the stock, Pfizer's stock has been going up because they've been talking about this motherfucking vaccine.
Yeah, I saw that today.
You still got people out here pushing for a vaccine to get approved and shit like that. But don't it take 5 to 10 years for a vaccine to actually be tested the correct way? And they doing this shit within a year, and motherfuckers is cool with that because they're so fucking emotional because they believe that everybody in 2020 don't die from the goddamn coronavirus.
Well, one of the leading nurses and doctors, a black woman, I forgot her name. I watched her last night. She already took the vaccine. She said she wanted to be the first guinea pig to try it out.
BT, what you eating cereal, man?
Noodles. Eat noodles.
You eat noodles on my show, man?
Top noodles.
Oh my God.
But that's just like that goes back like last year when the big thing was take the flu shot. I watched this video of a lady in Mississippi. She was a white lady, a nurse, and they told them at one of the hospitals if they did not take the flu shot that they would be fired. She got in her car. She got in her car and she said, well, I guess I'm one of the ones that will be fired. She said, because I refuse to take the flu shot. She said, I'm not going to do that. And she said, I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to do it. She said, every year they switch up what they put into that flu shot. She said, now, believe me or not, she said they put detergent in the flu shot. She said she is refusing to. Yeah, this is what she said on the video. I need to go find that video because I posted it on my page at one time, but this was last year. But what she stated on that video was that detergent is put into the flu shot. She said, and that's one of the reasons why she's not taking it, because every year they switch it up. They put what they choose to put in that flu shot and they give it off and saying it's going to help you. But for the most, from what I've seen, people that take the flu shot, not everybody, they end up getting sick taking the flu shot.
Yeah, they giving it to you.
The flu shot, the flu shot is different every year because it's for a different strain.
Right.
There's a different strain of the flu is comes out every year. That's right. So that's why they want you to take a strain. Now, as far as the detergent thing, I don't know, but I guarantee you, I know how stories go. It's something that's in there. It's something that's in that the vaccine that's also in detergent. So that's what people are saying. Oh, they put detergent in there.
Here's my statement that I've said before about this vaccine, and it's the shit that boggles my mind. They have scared so many people to not even want to leave their house because they think that they're going to get the coronavirus and they're going to die. So if people are scared that they're going to get the coronavirus and die, and they've shown you they don't know how to treat it. This is my thing. They've shown you that through everything they show. You're going to take a vaccine that's going to have a strand of something that they don't know how to take care of, but you scared it's going to kill you? Get the fuck out of here. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard of in my goddamn life. That makes no fucking sense. That makes no sense whatsoever. So you're going to trust that the government that don't know what the fuck they doing to take care of people, they're going to give you the strand that won't kill you? Come on, man. Come on, stop it. That shit is fucking dumb.
She says there's no order here.
Nah, Mia is a very close friend of mine.
Can't take Jerome. No, I can't take him.
We got hey, watch this. We got voting power, but we don't have real power outside voting. As far as like we don't have power to make power moves for the people. Right?
Because we don't own shit.
Right.
Who said that? Brett said that?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do our voting power mean, though? What does it mean for us? Like, dude was just saying, like, the LBG community, they must got power. They got power.
LGBTQRS, and I don't mean no harm by that when I say that, but I'm just saying it because it's like every year a letter is added to it. Right. So I'm just saying,
yeah,
these people have
they know how to mobilize.
And when I say power, that's power. That's power in government because a lot of their asses are undercover with it.
There you go.
They asses have power in Hollywood. That's why a lot of these folks get blackballed and cannot act or be in any other movies anymore. The gay community, homosexual community, however they view themselves as, they have a lot of power on things that happens in this United States.
Here's a difference. We on this show right here. He talking about we black. He say we Aborigine. He say we Muskogee. You know what they do? Okay, come on in, Q. Come on in. What all the alphabet? T. Okay, you want to be part of? Come on in, T. Come on in, Y. Come on in, M. And they put it all together. You got okay. We black. We Aborigine. Who gives a damn?
And we fight each other.
We fight each other.
BT, you in Texas, and I got Terry that's in Oklahoma.
Right.
Basically, I'm asking you on the show because I already got somebody that I met in California when I had my layover when I came back from Mexico the other day. When I mentioned to them that I'm going to start a party that's specifically for us, he was like, "Yo, as soon as you do it, I want to basically be in charge of the chapter here in LA." So with you in Texas and with you in Oklahoma, the master plan is start this party so that we can start controlling locally. Nationally, we ain't gonna do shit for a while. But imagine being able to control local politics. That way we can ask for shit. You can genuinely ask. With BT, you got certain shit that's going on in your community that you know is wrong. But when you got numbers behind you, you can say, look, we want this or we ain't voting for y'all. Whoever give us this, you're gonna get the block, and we want it in writing. That's the step that we have to go to. Because if we don't, it's gonna keep happening. The only power that we have, we ain't got no goddamn land. We can't do shit with taxes. The only thing that we do have is our power to vote. But the problem is we don't get anything for it. We have to start demanding shit for it. And it's going to be a process. It is not going to happen overnight. That part I understand. But we got to start somewhere. We have
and it's not enough of us voting.
Speaking of land, I got to give kudos to those families that got together and did their thing and bought that 97 acres. Hey, it may not be anything to anybody else, but that was like some real.
But Bella,
that was some real stuff to me right there.
Bella, here's the thing about that, and I've said this on previous shows. I love the fact that they did it too, but the problem is they bought a block of land that's secluded, and as soon as they start coming up, that shit gonna get bombed too. Because it's segregated. So you got to think about what I'm saying. There's no way they can protect that shit. That's the problem. So when you start talking about land and shit like that, I'm a fan of buying the land inside of where you are, because they ain't gonna bomb shit where they people at. It's a difference.
So you saying that's gonna be another Black Wall Street situation?
It has the possibility of being that. But as soon as they start coming up, I guarantee you something gonna happen, because they can't protect it. We don't have a military. We ain't got shit.
What you know about Black Wall Street? What you know about Black Wall Street, sister?
It's some things that I've read up on it that I was intrigued by. It was just the way to me, what I looked at it as how they stuck together and they build and they grew, what they wanted. They had everything right there, what they needed, and they supported one another in what they were doing. That's the way I viewed it.
Right, because
they were self-sufficient.
We was
Yeah,
segregated.
you're right. You're right, and it starts at the top.
We were segregated at the time. I'm from Tulsa, and first of all, all capital of the world was Tulsa, right? So then in Oklahoma, there's over 50 black townships at that time, right? So that was a network system into Tulsa, Oklahoma, on Greenwood, what they call Black Wall Street. I call it
I remember Greenwood.
I call it Greenwood because I'm, Black Wall. I didn't know go down on Greenwood. It wasn't like go down on Black Wall Street. But what I'm saying is we were segregated. We was apart from them. Even though most of us worked for them, but we spent our money with each other. The dollar bill never left. The key thing is to get centrally located. Whatever city we in, we get centrally located. We put all the black businesses on this street and buy the land and don't rent. And we buy that area in that city, and we just buy from each other.
You're right. But it starts at the top. We have to get a financial institution that's gonna lend to black business owners consistently and black homeowners. And that's the way. And that's what Killer Mike is doing with this Greenwood. What is it? You got to have that money comes down, because then you can lend to build out to farmers for agriculture, so we can build. So we can. He's gonna be lending to black people.
He ain't lending to Greenwood and Tulsa.
Well, I don't know about that.
He can play on our name. He can play on our name like a lot of people do. Play on that name, Black Wall Street, Greenwood, and get shit going and play on people. For real though. That's real motherfucking talk.
Right. We have to start with agriculture. We have to start with agriculture and create farms so we can create our own grocery stores. We grow our own food. And we have to do our own manufacturing, so we don't have to depend on other. That's what the Asians do. That's what the Arabs do. Everybody else does that own shit in America. That's what they do. They're self-sufficient, except for us. We are dependent on everybody else. That's why we're number one consumers.
Let me say this. Speaking of the farms, there are 2 black farm owners that are doing very well right down in the area of Stockbridge. These farms are black owned, and if y'all get a chance, go on your Facebook page and pull up Black Farm Owners of America, Black Farm Owners or something like that, and to go into this group and to see what these people are producing as black people. I don't want to look at the negative side of how they've been hit and all of that. I'm talking about how they are growing their crops, and they're making their money selling to these farmer markets, and people come to their farms to get what it is that they need. But
they should be supplying black grocery stores.
There's a black owned farm down in Stockbridge, and one of the farms, the guy only deals with cattle. He deals with the cows and the chickens, and then the other farm they deal mainly with vegetables. So I'm just stuff like that. And we're talking about going into our own, dealing with our own.
In Stockbridge in Georgia,
look at it like that.
Yeah,
in Stockbridge in Georgia.
Georgia, just south of Atlanta. Check this out. That's a great thing they're doing here overall. Don't you know how many people say, I ain't going back to living like that no more? I ain't going back. We have been changed from, when I was growing up, my family out of the country too. And you have a lot of kids to work the farms. They don't understand it. They look at that as like, oh man, I ain't picking cotton no more. You kind of follow what I'm saying? We want to go back to that. We're so ingrained on, we got to go get it from the big cities. We got to go, they did flipped our minds so bad.
I'm an educator. I'm an educator, and I'm a teacher. And my school is a black school, and it has Future Farm. We have a Future Farmers of America
How many kids in there? How many kids in there?
I don't know. I'll find out this week. One of my students is. Well, I know at least 2 of my students are in it, and they're black.
And put it on Facebook and blue line me so my people will see it and we can talk about it.
All right.
And see, that's what we did. We actually took, because of our yard being the size that it is in the back, we took and planted our own vegetables and stuff out there in the back, which, you know, I did this when I was younger. When I got older, I got a little bougie. I was like, no, I'm going to the grocery store. But to do that, to go out there in the back and have my granddaughter out there as well, and her asking, well, when we gonna go out there and plant the strawberries? And to see, you know, stuff like this grow, collards, green beans, and, you know, okra, you know, just different stuff like that, to see that stuff grow and to bring it in the house and cook it, you know, and to know that what you have grown, it doesn't have these preservatives and all this stuff that has been sprayed on it, you know, before you get to it. It's a different thing. And let me just say this. I'm gonna say this. I went to Jamaica, which I really love the fact. I was kind of turned off at first, but I went to Jamaica, and to see how they cook their food versus how our food is cooked over here, I had to say I see it. I view it different, because we was on we was at the restaurant, and one of my girlfriends, she ordered the 10-piece wings. So when she got it, I said, damn, them wings black as shit. Why them wings black like that? And she was like, try one. So when I ate it, the taste was totally different. But I'm saying all that to say, the food that was cooked, it looks different because they didn't have all those preservatives and stuff that they put processed into their food versus our food over here. And it's a whole different thing. And to hear somebody that's from Jamaica say, you know, I have to go home at least once a week every month to detox my body. And I said, why? He said, because y'all Americans over here, he said, with y'all type of food, he said, everything is processed, everything has preservatives in it. And I had to really think about that. And I said, I have a new love for how they do things over in Jamaica, because everything was cooked without all this stuff in it. And it was. So it was natural. To know, right. And so to know that I can go out here and plant vegetables, because I'm not really I eat meat, but I'm not a big meat eater. If I eat it, it has to be like small portions of it, or I don't care for meat with bones in it, because I went to school for culinary arts. So to see a cow get slaughtered in when I was in school, it turned me away from like no, I'm not gonna eat that. So I really don't eat.
But look, y'all, check this out. Check this out. We coming up on 2 hours, man. This is knowing we try to get up out of here. So man, so y'all, we gonna start. Next comment's gonna be your parting shots, man. We're gonna get up out of this thing, man. We're gonna prolong this thing, you know what I'm saying? But it's been a great show, man. I appreciate what everybody has contributed to the show. You know what I'm saying? Another great show, man. Thank all y'all guests for coming on and chopping it up with your boys, you know what I'm saying? But it's time for parting comments. Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna start. I said this earlier, and I said it again, and I'll say it again. Georgia, you on my mind. Y'all need to, I love what y'all did. Y'all stood up, y'all showed and proved. I love y'all in Georgia. I've been listening to nothing but Outkast and Goody Mob all week. Now, absolutely.
Don't forget about the week on that cool.
Hey, bro, appreciate it, man. But I'm the only one rocking blue today, man. So
absolutely.
You know, hey,
I see no blue.
You see who all rocking blue. So everybody in charge ain't blue, man. Man. So I just had to say that. You know what I'm saying?
And make sure you remember all your nephews and cousins and play cousins and all them. If they turn 18 between October 5th and January 5th, they can January 5th they can register and vote in this runoff. Let's get these 2 seats. Let's get these 2 seats, George. I know you can do it.
BT, I don't think that's right. I think you can only if you're not registered. I think you got until December 14th.
December 14th?
I think so.
I think yeah. But if your birthday is January 5th, you can still register before the 14th if you're 17. That's from what I understand. What I understand. All right.
All right,
I
homeboy,
love
man.
y'all.
Appreciate it,
Much
man.
love.
Coming on the show again, man. Come anytime you want, man. This your
Absolutely. All right.
show. All right, bro. All right, who next, man?
Hey, Banky, I just appreciate the opportunity coming on. I enjoy each and every one of y'all every week, man. Y'all, really get me all hyped up and shit. But,
We here really today.
yeah, really. But it's the overflow show. My shit be overflowing.
Hey, man, let it flow. Let it do it.
Yeah. So I enjoy it, man.
Thanks for the info on Tulsa as well. I appreciate that insight.
That wasn't nothing.
I know that wasn't. I know that wasn't nothing. But it was something to me.
I'm doing a documentary too. So look for it out soon. We're in editing right now. So look for it soon. It's gonna go out the same time. LeBron and Westbrook and History Channel and that. Mine gonna be right in there with theirs. And mine, you don't know mine. Mine on some pimp shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it is. Cause that's Greenwood had all that going. I'm from the streets. I'm just gonna tell it like it is. I'm gonna tell my version of Greenwood.
Tell it, dog.
Like got song across 110th Street. Listen to it. Where the pimps and players and hustle hung out there. Same shit. Every city. So, hey, right on.
Hey, appreciate you, bro.
I'm
coming on the show, man.
All
right, peace out, bro. Oh, next. Come on, Bella.
What? It was some informative information given. That's what I can say. I appreciate, tuning in, although you had me coming here with a...
Where you been? I ain't seen you in a minute.
Who, me?
Yeah.
You been doing all right? Well, yeah, I mean, the trucking, dealing with the trucking company, dealing with my, my body products and everything. I have been like...
Tell everybody a little bit about what you do, your body products. You know what I'm saying? You're black entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Tell them what you do and what you sell.
I have handmade body products. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get...
Yeah, you need to straighten that out right there, Shawty.
Oh, shut up. Anyway, I told you I was in the bed. But no, if you don't mind, go to my page on Facebook or Instagram. It's Butterfly Kisses, BUTTAFLY KISSESS Essentials, Butterfly Kisses Body Essentials on Facebook or Instagram. I make handmade body products, butters, scrubs, soaps, beard oils, beard balms. Everything is natural. So y'all look me up.
The oil I bought that you say for your beard, man. I be using that stuff all on my arms and everything.
Well, you can use it on there. You can use it on there as well. But I mainly say it's for your beard because it helps with that. I know everybody don't have that itchy scalp, that itchy skin up under that hair, but it does help for that, and it does moisturize the hair, and keep you looking right. So, but you still didn't give me my feedback on it, and tell me how it is.
I just told you.
What did you say?
You got to be confident in your product. Don't worry about no feedback.
No. Let me tell you something.
Okay, we're not. I'm confident in my products, but that's how you grow. Great. Everybody's not going to be, like everything that you do, but that's how you grow. So that's my opinion on it. All right, now give me your porn shot. Give me your porn shot. She finna do a porn shot.
No, I'm telling her to check Bella. Check your messenger. I sent you a message.
Okay.
All right.
That's my part. And everything was informative, pretty much. Y'all make sure y'all check me out. Butterfly Kisses Body Essentials. Or you can go to my email. Go to the website. ButterflyKisses1, the number 1.com. Go to the website, check it out. And let me say this. If anybody out there is looking for a job that is a Class A CDL driver, get at me because I need a driver. Okay.
Okay. Somebody just got a job.
Post that. You're gonna post it on my page too. Post it on my page.
Okay, I can do that.
All right. I want to.
All right, Bella.
Normally, when I end the show with my parting shot, I speak on what's going on and everything like that. But I want to give a huge shout out to everybody that I personally sent a message to about the show tonight, and y'all actually got on and y'all been commenting. I thank you. And the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of you kept your word, and I truly do appreciate that. But the next thing that I have to ask of all of you is this: tag some people and share some people. Because to me, we have a platform where anybody can come on and say what they want to say, and we can have a dialogue. Whereas even if you agree to disagree, it's fine, and it's a no judgment zone. And we want to make sure that this platform grows. That's the biggest thing. So I really do appreciate every single person that jumped on that I know personally. And for Julian and Chuck that got on, and there was probably a little technical difficulties. Every single Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like I said, I truly appreciate all of y'all, and I look forward to seeing y'all next Tuesday.
All right. We got one person left. We got one person left. Black man, what's up, black man?
Yo, man.
Yeah, cool man. You wanted to cool him. Yo, man.
I just want to say, I love everybody, man. And I respect everybody's opinion. I just want America to be great again.
Hold on. Where you get that line from?
I'm just saying, not.
Oh, Ron, you heard what he said.
Charisma. Before you finish your parting shot, let's get this right. America was never great, so you're going to have to rephrase that. Keep going.
Okay, let me get back. Yeah, right. Okay, not saying, okay, you're right. I'm just saying I want us to be together again, maybe. That's what I mean. Together again as one whole. You know what I mean? Not great, because we're all great, but I meant together. Together in greatness. That's what I want to say. I want together in greatness. That's the best way for me to explain it. But my parting shot is, man, it was a great run. It's just time for us to change things and get on one accord as far as with the COVID and the systemic racism and opening up the economy for better jobs, better living, better agriculture, better environmental awareness as far as with the global warming and all these other things.
Hey man, Joe got this, man. Joe got it, man. He got your back.
Oh, okay. But we got 100 days to do all this stuff.
No, he got 4 years.
I know that, but
I feel you. I'm just messing with you.
100-day plan. But I just want to say, man, I love everybody in the whole world, man, and I believe in world peace, man. And we're gonna do this. It's gonna be a good year, man. Good 4 years, hopefully. So that's my parting shot.
All right, man. All right, with this, my parting shot. I don't have a parting shot. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank everybody who came on the show, contributed some good information, some good arguments, we got some cussing and cussing and fussing going on. This is the realest part show in America. And I want everybody who tuned in to go tell your friends to tune in next Tuesday. If you want to see some folks talk about some real stuff and clown and have a good time, and at the end of the day, we show some love, you know what I'm saying? So till every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, y'all tune in right here, man, with your boy RL. Just chop it up with me. Till next time. You know what I'm saying?
Peace.
Till next time. Y'all come on back here. Y'all come on back in your hell. You still on? I still hear Bella talking. Where you at, girl? You somewhere talking?
Holla.
Oh, yeah, y'all. We out here.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of just making ends meet. See, I want to be blessed. I don't want to be blessed. I want to be blessed to be a blessing. You see, I want to live my life in the overflow. I want to have more than enough. Check this out. Well, it's time for me to start to elevate. Been down too long, time to graduate. Mount up my wings like an eagle, you see. Turn all my dreams to reality. Ain't nothing on this earth gonna hold me back from my heart desires. He promised that if I have faith, if I believe, faith is size of a mustard seed. I want to be blessed, to be a blessing. Prosperous life, no more stressing. That won't know me from the moon to the sun. He'll keep blessing me in every session. I got to do something with this life he give. His plan for me, that's what I wanna live. As long as I got God on on my side. The hater just gonna have to let me fly. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Oh, yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? See, we got to speak that thing into existence. Because it gonna happen. You gotta believe it in your heart, and in your mind, and in your soul. So you gotta repeat this after me. See what you say, so you can say what you heard. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. Come on, you repeat after me. Come on, say it. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. I wanna be living. I got to be living. And I'm gonna live. Come on, speak this thing into existence. Let's go. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. Wanna be living. Oh, now y'all got it. Your blessings is on the way. Blessed when I come, blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living. I want heaven in the overflow. Right here on earth. Blessed when I come, blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Oh, overflow. In the overflow. In the overflow. Blessed when I come, blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live? Blessed when I go.